Welcome to the video, Balancing Your Chakras, Ways to Do That. I'm Chantal, Akashic Record Reader, Reiki Master, and Psychotherapist. If you are new to chakras, unsure about them, please go back and look at my previous video. I'll pop the link here just to give you an idea of what they're all about. And if not, you still listen to this because these are still ways you can support yourself in your life when you are needing to get some support, some understanding, if you're going through a tough time, and those times where you want to celebrate. These tools are really good for that. And I call having them my sacred toolkit. And why I love sharing these with you is it's wonderful to have them before something happens to you, because when something does and you're being thrown into chaos and you're confused and lost and there's just so much going on, is you don't want to learn anything else. But if you have some things in your life, your go-tos, like you're having your sacred space to go to and work with this, what a difference it makes. You don't need to learn anything else. So the first one I want to talk to you about is journaling, writing. Journaling and writing is the most amazing way to just dump everything that you are thinking of that's going on, looping in your mind. Now, I have a sacred space that I go to. You can create one anywhere, anyhow. I'll pop the link below if you don't know what to do and haven't got one, on how you can go about it and where. It's important to feel safe when you do this writing. Now, how does this relate to your chakras? Well, what I do is, if I'm feeling a bit out of sorts, I just tune in which chakra is needing to be looked at. Then I write on that. Then I'll use the color. I will use crystals, which I'll talk about. I might use the color pen. So if I'm wanting to look at the spiritual one, my crown chakra, I use this. And of course, I have my trusted journal. That pretty much goes anywhere with me when I'm not at home, because you just never know when something might come. You might write down some notes. You might have been triggered. You want to just think of something. I want to think about that later. And that is why I love journaling. And I've done a whole video on that. So again, you might like to subscribe to receive that, because don't ever think you can't write. Don't ever think that you don't know how to do that. It's just about starting. When I look back over mine from 25 years ago, which actually I got rid of a while ago, I just started. I never thought I'd end up writing the way that I do. You'll be surprised, because it taps you into a creativity you didn't expect. It taps you into words that you didn't even know you had, also to describe your experience. So that is how I use journaling, but I also use it specific to whichever chakra that needs to be looked at and balanced. Then the next one is meditation. I love being quiet, again, in your sacred space. Meditating is a really powerful tool, because what you're doing here is tuning into your inner wisdom. So here you're going to tune into the inner wisdom of your chakra, because it'll be telling you what is happening for you. Now, I do believe in listening in apps, because I'm going to be creating a whole series for each chakra where I'm going to have a meditation for you. I'm going to have Reiki, and I'm also going to have tapping, all the things I'll be talking to you about in a minute. Because I want you to get a real feel for what it's like to tune in. Because in the end, I want you to be able to listen to your inner wisdom. Sitting quietly takes courage. Sitting quietly to hear your own voice takes courage. So it's great to listen to other people, but what you're doing is you're in their energy, not in your own. So that's why I bring meditation in, so that you can start looking at what is right for you. How does it feel for you? Yes, get some guidance. I still do. Normal. With meditation also comes mindfulness. Because about being mindful, so being aware, so you might want to tune into your chakra as you do things. How does it make you feel? What are you doing? And of course, with mindfulness, you can bring in exercise, you can bring in all sorts of movement, dancing, all sorts of other ways to help you balance your chakra. Then the next one that I love doing is being in my Akashic records, or those of my clients. Now, Akashic Records, you might think, oh my gosh, how do I get there? What do I do? What does it mean? Now, I have, again, a whole playlist on this for you to be able to go and have a look at. What does it mean? What are they? And also have a beautiful Akashic Record meditation. Now, again, you'll be listening to the words, but what it's going to do is going to help you understand how to get into your Akashic Records, and then how can you work with your chakra in there. So what I do is I open myself up, take myself into my records. I then tune into, because Akashic Records are a library of everything that you experience, your soul's journey, past and present. and it'll give you information that you didn't perhaps expect, didn't know. And again, it's just about you tuning in and listening. What's happening here, bringing it into your body. Beautiful way of doing it. So you might wear the color. As I mentioned, you might write with the color. There's so many different ways you can do this. Oops, I just lost my train of thought, because when I get excited, this is what I do. So again, now I understand why this morning I picked up black tourmaline, because I couldn't understand why I was doing that. What did I need that for? And I realized when this happens, when I do videos, I get excited, I can over talk myself, I can then blank out. This was reminding me to be grounded. This was reminding me to feel I'm safe, I'm okay, I'm grounded, and I am present. See, this is another way, beautiful way of being able to tune into that. So that was my root chakra. Okay, so I may as well come to crystals. Crystals are another way to support yourself in working with your chakras. Different ways you can do it is you can either just intuitively tune in like I did here. You can actually work, if you know what chakra you need to work on, you can choose the color of the chakra, or you can actually choose one that is related to the chakra. And then that'll support you. So you can either wear it for the day, you can pop it in your pocket. Again, I have another whole video on that. So again, I'll put the link there. And you might just hold it while you're meditating. Just holding, tuning in, sitting it within your Akashic record. So see how you can weave in and out of these different tools, different modalities to support you, because it's all about you just connecting with that sacredness of yourself, the core of your issues and the chakras. So crystals are a really another way, a beautiful way to do this. Then there's tapping. I love tapping, emotional freedom technique, because what that is also doing is when things arise, what you can do is you can tap to release, you can tap to reframe, you can tap to change, to understand. So if I have something here, like this morning, I was tapping away on grounding. All right, just saying to myself, I release all I release all attachments to not feeling grounded. I release all emotional attachments to feeling anxious. And that was really a great way to get me here, get me present, get me grounded. Tapping just starts to reframe you. It starts to get you again to connect to your inner wisdom. It starts to get you to understand what you're doing. And sometimes I just tap because I'm just feeling a bit off, not quite sure, know the chakra, can't quite work out what it is. So I just tap on it, just trusting that my innate wisdom, my body is just releasing what it needs to body. Because sometimes you just simply don't need to know. Because we've got into that cycle. We need to know everything. We have to overanalyze, think. That's what I do. So I'm learning now just to be with what is, and that I don't need to know. I can just be releasing anyhow. With that is Reiki. That's the next one. Now, Reiki is another beautiful way. It's hands-on healing. So many of us, we're made of energy. So many of us have that beautiful energy in our hands. With Reiki, what it does, it just opens you up to attune you. Now, if you're not a Reiki practitioner, seek someone out. Get a session. I'm a Reiki master. I can do that with you, long distance. It's a beautiful way of being able to support yourself. In fact, that's what I do with clients when they come, when we look at what chakra do we need to work on, what's coming up for them, how does that relate to that? Then I just send them some Reiki healing. So if you are your own practitioner, just put your hands on the chakra that requires it. If you do long distance, what I do is I call myself in, I call my chakra in, and I call in again the colors. I might have the crystal between my hands. I sit quietly and I just allow the healing to happen. I allow it to release. I just allow whatever comes there. You may even get some messages, some signs, some feelings. Again, just trusting your intuition and just being there with what is. Then the last one is, I think I've come to them all. I've done meditation, I've done Akashic Records, I've done tapping, Reiki, crystals, and journaling. So there you are. So love to hear what you would do. What else do you do? What did you find useful? You might like to share this with someone that might also benefit from it. Because also, if you share it with someone and you go on this journey together, it actually supports you. Because sometimes we get all excited and then we don't do it because we don't know how, we put ourselves off, we procrastinate, we can't do it perfectly. Share it with someone, subscribe with this, because come along on this journey with me. Talking all about chakras, how they can support you in life, and particularly if you've been through something traumatic and you're just needing to bring yourself back in to gain balance again, to understand what's happening for you, and also to bring that beautiful spiritual element side back into your life. Look forward to hearing from you, and see you in my next video.